Hello, cosmic beings. Welcome to Being Cosmic. If this is your bleh, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that each and every one of you is here. So, this is going to be for Earth signs for 2025. So, we're going to do an overview of the energy for Earth signs for 2025. Just a few things that would be in your best interest to maybe get a heads up about, just be prepared for, that kind of thing. Take all of these with a grain of salt. They're collective messages, and this is kind of like a predictive message. And so just understand that in any given time, you can change your timeline. So don't, if there's a message that you're like, ooh, don't force it to fit and don't limit yourself to only that experience. So that's just a little word of caution before we get into it. So earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You could have earth in your sun, moon, rising, Venus, ascendant, um really any major placement. And we have all the signs in our chart. So just keep that in mind as well. This is more just an overall energy, especially if you have a lot of earth in your chart, things like that. So again, it's a collective message. Take it with a grain of salt, but these can give some good guidance. So let's get into it. All right. So I already pulled some cards. I'm pulling from multiple decks, and that just takes some time. So in order to shorten it, I already pulled the cards, but I haven't really like looked into it and gotten to the message yet. So with that, I'm going to take a step aside and let spirit pass through. All right, spirit, what do the earth signs need to know about 2025? All right. So the cards that came out with the imagery facing up was from the Transformation Oracle by Sonya, Shannon. And the first card that came out here was stuck. And so what this card is talking about is it's oftentimes a place where we get in where we feel like we're stuck, and it's oftentimes from our own doing. So it can be from perceiving it that way. It can be not fully understanding how much of a conscious creator that you are. Um, and then it's also the beautiful part of it is if you're the one that got yourself in a stuck situation, you can get yourself unstuck. And oftentimes it is recommended with this card to reach out and get some advice or some assistance from someone else. And this can also be from your spirit team as well. So this doesn't have to be just like another human. It can be from your spirit team as well. The other card that came out, so stuck was in water, which is emotions. The other one that was in water is initiation. And so this is really about stepping into a new phase in life. It's really about, how do I want to say that, spirit? It is. It's like putting on your crown, basically. It's understanding that you've been initiated into a new phase in life. And so this can be something like marriage, this can be graduation, this can be getting promoted at work, and this can also really be stepping into an initiated phase in your spiritual self. And really, let's say you've been working on your psychic gifts. This is really about being initiated and stepping into that new you that has those gifts activated. This can also be an initiation from the divine that you have either been working on or that you're going to move through in 2025. So either you're going to be in a period of initiation where you're moving into that new initiated phase in 2025, or if you've been in that initiation phase, then this is really a confirmation that you are going to step into that new energy in 2025 and really, really embrace it and embody it. So the only card that came out in reverse is purification. I'll show it up right. Now, what this is talking about in the reverse is it's talking about really resentment type emotions and being stuck in that energy a little bit. And so with with the stuck card, maybe that's part of where this comes into play as well. Have been maybe there's a situation that happens where you are sitting in a resentment energy and then you're kind of stuck in it. And the next card that came out was the strengthen card. And so this is really about um battening down the spiritual hatches and calling in guidance and preparing yourself. And so with this kind of being stuck in this resentment energy, what I'm picking up is it's really recommended to call on your spirit team and amp up on your spiritual hygiene. The other one that came out that, definitely could be relevant here is you've got the discovery card. Now, it's a big discovery. Oftentimes it's something that can be life changing. So this can be something like finding out that you had a sibling that you didn't know about. It can be something major like that. And it can also be a self-discovery of understanding that especially with this initiation card, maybe you've stepped up into a new way of being. And then it's a self-discovery about how far you've come, how much inner growth that you really have achieved. And then with this resentment energy coming out, what I'm really picking up is there could be a discovery that comes up that pulls you into this resentment energy. And with that, the the recommendation is really to call on your spirit team and really to remember how far you've come along this journey and know that you can handle it. And do your best not to get pulled into old ways of being and old ways of navigating those types of situations. And just remember who you are now, especially in this initiation energy. You are capable of handling this in a different way. And so sometimes when things like this come up, it's because we are being gifted an opportunity to navigate it in a way that we haven't yet in this experience. Then the last one that came out from this deck was the strategy card. And so what this is talking about is this is really talking about like pen to paper strategizing. And so if there's something that you want to do, let's say it's a move, really planning it out and looking at the different aspects of it is recommended at this time. So with all of these, what I'm picking up is for a select few of you, there could be something that you find out that really throws you through a loop, basically. And with that, when we go through this big discovery energy, it's normal to have an array of different emotions that come up. And so, what Spirit's really saying right now is just to be conscious of not staying in a resentment kind of energy and really sitting down and strategizing about this feels like a big move of some sort in life, and that it doesn't have to be a physical move. It can be. This could be like a career change. This could be expanding your family. This can be all sorts of things. And it's really recommended to sit with your spiritual guidance in whatever way that is for you, and definitely strategize, and then just be aware of that. I keep saying the resentment energy, but that's really what keeps coming up. So just be cautious, not cautious, conscientious of if that energy does arise for you. Just remember again how far you've come and know that each big life changing experience that we go through is a chance and an opportunity to navigate it in different ways than we have before or that you would have before. Okay. Is that it for this one, Spirit? Okay, so the next one that came out is I pulled a card from the Herbal Astrology Oracle. And the card that I pulled for you, Earth signs, is Calendula. Making sure there's no nudity, kind of, a little bit. Okay. So it's about purity. Make sure you can see the card, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so Calendula is really talking about its innocence, childlike joy, humility, purity, new beginnings, trusting in life, and vitality. So this says that Calendula resembles the sun, a radiant bright yellow or orange flower. It grows easily and spreads its joyful self across gardens, symbolizing the gesture of universal abundance. Solar herbs are those that neutralize poison and air in the recuperation of vital forces. Calendula's gentle and abundant power reminds us of the realms of light. To be allowed entry within these angelic realms requires childlike innocence and humility. Don't allow pain from the past to disable your ability to dream a new life. Calendula represents the pure impulse to create, vitality, and creativity needed to step into a new journey. The radiance of Calendula is a superconductor. Be very aware and selective with your intentions when using her energy within a ritual, as she greatly amplifies your intentions. Okay, so maybe this is also a call to work with Calendula over 2025 as well. Um, that was a little side note. So yeah, so really what I'm picking up is just that abundant energy and that joyful energy. And maybe that's really the message here is that, that little bit that came out with the transformation oracle feels more of like a side note to where this feels more like an overarching energy for you for the upcoming year is really just an abundant, joyful energy overall. That's beautiful. Okay. Then I pulled a few cards from the Woodland Warden's deck. And the cards that came out for you is we have the Finch and Peach, which is romance. So there could be if you are single at the moment, there could be a romantic partner that comes in 2025. If you are with somebody, this could be just kind of like a respark of that romance energy. Then we've got the Ladybug and Sweet Pea, which is happiness. Then we've got the Quail and Gooseberry, which is anticipation. So for some of you, you could be anticipating romance. And what's coming through for that is if you are anticipating romance, open yourself up to it and allow it. So that's a little side message for somebody. Then we've got the Badger and Ginkgo, which is healing wounds. And I'm definitely picking that up, especially with that initiation card that came through. When we're going through an initiation of some sort, oftentimes there is a lot of healing and learning and growth that happens in that energy. So I'm definitely picking that up. And then the other one that came out was the Bobcat and Blackthorn, which is patience. So definitely, use some patience in especially when it comes to romance and healing wounds as well. Definitely definitely use patience. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the process and trust in divine timing. There's our human self wants things to happen now, and there's divine timing, and there's things that us as humans can't see or comprehend. And so it's one of those things where if it is, let's say, a romantic partner and you want a romantic partner right this minute, there might still be a little bit of healing wounds that is going to be in your highest good to really pull in the ideal, like, divine partner. Okay. Do we want to read any of these? I'm going to read the anticipation card just to see if there's anything else that pops out for that one. Let's see. It says, am I often surprised or caught off guard by how things turn out? The event or outcome you've anticipated is about to occur. Take advantage of your foreknowledge, preparing for what's to come. Okay, so if you have been anticipating something, then the message here is that your intuition is on point and that is coming in. So if you are anticipating romance, again, knowing it, because there's this dual energy with anticipation, because it can be anticipation where you know it's coming in and then you're just allowing it, but you intuitively know, so you're just expecting it. And then there's the anticipation of more of that worry, fear vibration level of it. And so the message that's really coming out is to ensure that you're more in that the higher vibration of anticipation and just allowing it to come in, because what I'm picking up is that what you're anticipating is for your highest good. So I'm not picking up something that's, a doom and gloom situation that you're bringing in and manifesting. What I'm picking up is that you're intuitively tapping into something that is coming in for your highest good at this time. And the message is to just simply allow it to manifest fully. Um, yeah, you've got happiness here, romance. I mean, yeah, and just be patient with it as well. Because sometimes if you're in that anticipation energy of knowing something's coming in, but you don't see it yet, then we can actually shut it off by getting frustrated at the timing, or being, like, when is it coming in? I know it is, I know it is. And that can actually push it off, a little bit further. So that's just something to be mindful of as well. Okay. So then the last ones that I pulled for you were some abundance cards. So this is the Angels of Abundance deck, and I asked for just some overview of your financial situation in 2025. So let's see what came out. We have Power of Prayer. Give the situation to the divine for uplifting and healing, and be open to miracles. There's unlimited resources, love, and answers awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance given to you in response to your prayers. So, prayers can also be, like, it can be, the traditional way of praying, and it can also be simply asking, the universe, asking spirit, and getting, more clear on what you're asking for. And then also, make sure that you are paying attention to that communication that you're getting back from the universe as well. Then we've got raise or promotion. So congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. And then the last one that came out is dreams of abundance. As you sleep, the divine, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal, because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. Okay, so definitely pay attention to your dreams. And if you haven't started a dream journal, I would highly recommend it. And you can put stuff in there, the date, but you can also put like the moon phase or anything astrologically that's going on that has your attention. And and then also, when you are dream journaling, it's important to write down like what you see and what you experience, but also write down your feelings about certain things in the dream. Because that oftentimes has just as much significance and importance as the imagery that you remember. So, and then once you have been doing a dream journal for a while, and if you don't do it all the time, like, don't beat yourself up for it. It's just one of those, like, if you remember, write it down. And then what you'll start to notice after doing it for some time is you'll start to notice some patterning. So if, certain astrological events are happening, or if there's significant things in your life, um, a job change, a move, things like that, you can look back and be like, oh, okay, before I'm consciously aware that I'm going to be moving, this is the general energy of my dream state. And then so you'll start to really open up that two-way communication more with the divine and your higher self. So there's just a little side note on dream journaling. Alrighty. Okay. All right, so I'm being called to get a little bit more info for you guys and gals and wonderful earth beings, earth sign beings. Let's see. All right, spirit. So we want to do some of the angel tarot. Okay, move that. Get a little adjusted here. Okay. What do the earth signs need to know about the energy of 2025, spirit? Earth signs. What do y'all need to know? Oh, okay. All right, so for some of you, there's definitely a new relationship coming in. Oh, and heightened psychic abilities. Okay. So there could be some of you at this time that are really working on your psychic abilities and tapping into your extrasensory senses. So, any of your clairs, your clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, claircognizance, and then the one for taste and smell that I always forget those two. Um, but you could be really tapping into your psychic abilities at this time, and they're going to pick up big time. And you can also get insights, premonitions, and there's psychic energy in the dream state as well. So with that dreaming card coming up, definitely pay attention to your dreams. Um, Oftentimes you'll start to get more premonitions and things like that in the dream state before you really get a lot of it in the conscious waking state. So that's something else to kind of be aware of at this time, or just in general. Um, but the Page of Water came out, which is also the Page of Cups, if you're familiar with tarot. But it says a new person enters your life. A relationship begins a new phase and heightened psychic abilities. So, for some of you, there's definitely a new relationship coming in. And this can also be a platonic relationship as well. So, like a new friendship, a soul tribe connection, something like that. For some of you, I'm definitely picking up romantic energy, though. Like, definitely romantic energy. We've got the Five of Air. Okay, it says an unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation and review everyone's motives. Okay, so that's also the Five of Swords in tarot. Yeah, Five of Air. Okay, so if a situation comes up and it doesn't come out the way you expected, what you're being called to do right now is, or when that situation happens, is to learn what you learn what you can and not hold on to it. Um, it was okay, so that could also be part of where this resentment energy was coming out at the beginning of the reading. So these two could kind of have something to do with each other. Maybe something happens that causes that resentment energy. And what you're being asked to do is to just look at it as a learning lesson, basically, and an opportunity for growth. Okay, Knight of Fire, which is fire is what wands. So Knight of Wands. We've got a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Okay. And so that might also have something to do with that this situation that you're being asked to learn from as well. Then we've got Knight of Air, which is the Knight of Swords. And it says events that occur with great speed. Take time to carefully review your options, and there are creative solutions available. Okay, so you're just being kind of given a heads up of a situation that may arise that is going to need your kind of immediate attention, and really with allowing yourself that space to connect with spirit in whatever way that is for you, it's going to help you move through this situation um to the best of your ability. Let's see if we can get one more card out here. What else, spirit? Okay, we've got time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision, and meditation may provide answers. Okay, so yeah, definitely if you haven't picked up a meditation practice of some sort, you might be being called to do so. And this can also be it you can actually do like a literal meditation practice where you create a meditation space and really focus, 10 minutes a day, 20, 30 minutes a day, however long, where it's more of an organized, structured thing. And then you can also, if that seems really just like, oh, I'm not in the space to do that right now, um, you can also look into something like a walking meditation, or simply taking 5 minutes and maybe putting on some instrumental music, some binaural beats, something like that, and just allowing yourself to step out of that, like I'd say thinking energy. It's like that, efforting, and that really like in the actioning kind of energy, and just allow yourself to listen a little bit. Okay. And so some of you maybe if you've been debating on taking a vacation, the message here is to take that vacation. So that was a little side note for somebody. And then we also have the Two of Water that came out, which is the Two of Cups. And so it's a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, and the positive resolution of a conflict. Yeah, again, Two of Cups, I'm really picking up a potential divine counterpart union for some of you. And then for others of you, I'm picking up a platonic type of relationship that's really coming in, that's going to just grow beautifully. And, it's a friendship, soul tribe connection, something like that. I just randomly heard that for some of you, you may be getting a new pet. So that could be part of that connection as well, as getting a new pet and having that connection with your new pet. Okay, then we also have the Emperor, which on this card is Archangel Michael, and it says organization and logic, structure and discipline, and leadership. And so the Emperor is the energy of all the kings in the tarot. It's a very grounded, wow, it's like just a great leadership energy. And so maybe for some of you, your divine counterpart is coming in as an emperor. That's a little side note for somebody. I'm taking these ones. All right. The next one that came out was the Seven of Fire, which is the Seven of Wands. It says, defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. Okay, so for some of you, there's going to be a situation that comes up where you're being asked to stand your ground. Um, yeah, I just heard know when to hold them, know when to fold them. So that might be confirmation for somebody. Is really, it feels like there's, for some of you, it feels like there's going to be a situation that comes up where you need to stand your ground. And then there may also be a situation that comes up where you're being asked to take a different approach that's not so much like dig your heels and stand your ground. And so that could be kind of something that pops up next year, or this year rather, is is really getting into that energy of kind of knowing thyself, and being able to discern if this is a situation that you're really being asked to stand your ground, hold your ground, speak your truth, know your truth, and really hold that boundary and that line and just dig your heels in. And then there's, another situation that comes up where you're being asked to handle it in a different way, where maybe it's just letting it go and not feeding it a lot of that energy of like, this is the hill kind of thing. So for select few of you, that's definitely what I'm picking up. That's coming through. Then the last one that came out is the King of Air, which is the King of Swords in tarot. Speak your mind with confidence, seek out professional advice, and balance mental and emotional considerations. Okay, so that kind of goes into that same type of energy dynamic, is that's really being confident and speaking your truth, and then also understanding when it's speaking your truth because it's necessary, and then when it's speaking your truth because your ego needs fulfillment. So that might be just a little bit of a side note for somebody, is when certain situations come up, do your best to sit in that discerning energy of, is this something that I need to speak right now? Or is this something that I want to speak because I want some sort of ego satisfaction? I want to feel like I'm right. I want to prove myself right. I want to prove somebody else wrong. Um, I need myself to be heard. And then there's that energy of standing in that confident, this is my truth and I'm speaking my truth because I have a right to my truth. And so there could be a lot of energy where you're being given opportunities and situations to find that discernment within yourself. Okay. Anything else, Spirit? It's funny, sometimes I'll just be, like, deep in kind of like a little channel thing, and then the energy just leaves. And so that's normally when it comes to the end of the reading, which I think it might have just did. Let's see. Nope, okay. Alrighty. Well, just like that, that is all that's gonna come through for you, Earth signs. So, again, take everything with a grain of salt, and also hopefully something in here does help you in the upcoming year. Ultimately, I'm picking up that you're going to have a joyous year overall. Again, that overarching energy is really that joyful, abundant energy. And so really focus on that. And then when life happens and does, life things, just remember that you're being called to really step into your discernment energy, and also know and affirm that you are initiated in some form. Um, if not quite yet, that is definitely a big theme for you in the upcoming year. And romance might be on the table for you. Divine counterpart, or just a good companion of some sort, which always can just help in life to have another being or another person to go through things with. So I'm excited for you, Earth signs. Definitely let me know in the comments below if this resonates, and hit that like button if you like this video. If you haven't yet and you would like to see more messages from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free, it doesn't cost anything. And until the next one, take care, Earth signs. Bye.